drop. But not for everyone, not for Winkleman, who made, or earned, should I say, earned $6.9 million while he slept. How will you feel you wake up in the morning, just like I get up this morning, and you get an alert that you have $6.9 million right in your bank account, something you never envisaged for? That was what happened to Winkleman. But then, before I go give you details into this story, how a 40-year-old father, just a regular 40-year-old father, like every other father, during the lockdown, earned $6.9 million while he slept. I want you to have a feel of what's going on right now in the news. There's a new buzz in the news with regards to the lockdown, because the world has never remained the same since the COVID crisis hit the world. Now, when we come back, I'll give you details about the story, how the 40-year-old father earned $6.9 million while he slept. Egwil Sarah is my name, in case you are watching me for the first time. And I started this stream basically 3 weeks ago when a 40-year-old father in Pakistan watched my live stream, and that rescued him from suicide. While others are making money while they sleep, he was contemplating taking his own life because he had no job during the lockdown in Pakistan. Well, let's get to hear from other people what they've gotten from the lockdown. Just a second. Oh, come on. Okay.
We did lose some people during the pandemic.
I think COVID's just got people reevaluating things a little bit, thinking about their path, their future, you know?
Could we be on the verge of what's being called the Great Resignation? As employers and employees look ahead to what jobs will look like as COVID restrictions ease, experts say many workers may just pack up and leave.
Many employers are underestimating how difficult this transition back to the office is going to be.
Workplace expert Debbie Carew expects the return to the office post-restrictions will bring one of the largest workplace turnovers of our lifetime.
So if employers think that they're just going to say July 1st or September 1st, everyone back to the office, they're probably going to lose a third of their employees if they don't handle it carefully.
It's this hidden thing that's about to hit employers that they don't recognize is coming. I think that most employers, when I hear them speaking in the news or they're putting out press releases, they're saying our culture, our culture, our culture. And I think what they're forgetting is that there's before March 2020 and the way the world was, and then there's after March 2020. And culture has evolved and changed as people have worked from home.
Most of the people we spoke to on the street were hopeful their employer would at least keep some kind of hybrid model, with time divided between in-person and at-home work.
I like having my own space, kind of figuring out my own hours.
I think having the chance to, you know, if it's just one of those days, being able to stay home, it's great. I love it. But you get that energy at the office still.
The benefits from working from home, like the no commute and that sort of thing is hard to pass up.
Carew warns employers should start talking to their staff now about what they are hoping for as far as a permanent workplace environment.
There's so many unknowns right now that a lot of people are really evaluating and saying, is the grass greener somewhere else? And even if they're not necessarily jumping today, I can guarantee you more than half of your workforce is at least thinking about it or looking at what other opportunities are out there.
In Vancouver, Ashley Burr, City News.
Well, that was the news there, the Great Resignation. For 2021, over 4 million people have resigned from work while the lockdown lasted here in 2021. And the trend is still going on. It's an ongoing trend. People just resigning because they've realized that there's more to life than just paying the bills. They've come to realize that they prefer working remotely, working from home. Now, not everyone has realized that yet, because quite a number of people are still unemployed. Quite a number of people have lost their job, and they're actually scared of the future, so to speak. But not for this man called Winkleman. or is popularly known as Bible, is a 40-year-old artist, just like every other father, during the lockdown, who engaged themselves in crypto. They call it crypto arts, digital arts. He's a digital artist. But then, this young man, he never envisaged becoming a millionaire overnight. You understand what I'm talking about right now? Now, the story is out there that this guy made a piece of artwork that, went for $69 million. NFTs, they call it NFTs. The question here is that he did not sell the piece of artwork for $69 million. This is what makes the story interesting. He created, let me put it this way, he created the opportunity, but then he never envisaged that it was going to fetch it's going to fetch him $6.9 million, because that was what he earned as royalty commission. But this is what makes the story interesting. He sold his piece of artwork for $100. People, just like every other person does out there on the internet, you just sell your piece of crappy artwork out there for $100. Now, he sold it for $100, but the person who purchased it took it to the auction house, and the artwork went for $69 million right there. But then with this wonderful system, call it the blockchain, and it's called NFTs, that's piece of artworks auctioned or stored in the blockchain. They are called NFTs, non-fungible tokens. The way the system works is that as far as you are the source, you earn royalties, just like every other artwork out there, books, music, movies, where royalties are being paid to the creator. That was how Wiggleman earned $6.9 million. Now, the lesson I deducted from this whole episode was the fact that Wiggleman, we will say that, oh, Wiggle, as they call him now, Bible, would you say, oh, he was just damn lucky? Yes, I would say, okay, fine, he was lucky that his piece of artwork earned him $6.9 million, and it was auctioned for $69 million. But then, I won't just push it on luck. I would say he created the atmosphere for this event to occur. The fact that he created a piece of artwork. You get the point now. He created and sold it for $100. Now, point one, he created, then two, he sold it for $100. The question here is that was his own worth. That was the value he placed on his own work, the worth of his work. He sold it for $100. Oh, it's just worth $100. But that was not the worth the eventual buyer, the second buyer, placed on the piece of artwork. The buyer who got it from the auction house placed $69 million on that same artwork. So one piece of artwork, two perspectives, two values, two different world systems. The creator placed $100 on his work, but the second bidder or buyer placed $69 million on his work. Now, what are we dragging at here is this. You just saw the news that there's a mass resignation. People are beginning to reevaluate their lives. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth getting up every morning, going to a job I hate, and they've suddenly realized that there is more to life than just doing the regular 9 to 5 they've been doing? In fact, the report says that 95% of workers actually are not happy with what they do, their work. And now this lockdown has given them the opportunity to reevaluate their life and discover new opportunities. So you're watching right now. What I advise you to do right now is the fact that you have to open your mind, because a month ago, I was invited to a dinner organized by the Australian and India government with regards to the pandemic, rocking India then. And the delegates that showed up at the dinner too from the government. Calling, that was the same advice they gave us, that we should open our minds to opportunities. You know, just last week I saw this too. This is a sedan, a Peugeot sedan, 1977 sedan that was auctioned for $2.5 million. This Peugeot reminds me of my late father because I rode in this back then in the 70s. You know, when I was a kid, they rode. My father took me to school in this Peugeot. This model is old, nice, old fashioned. But guess what? Someone yanked it for $2.5 million. So life, it's like that. They say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Now, when I got wind of this craze going on right now, as you already know, 2 years ago, I was involved in arts, helping people gain their self-worth through artworks. This was what I did, and I actually helped quite a lot of people. A lot of women, a lot of migrants, you know, they excelled at it. And that's what got me into this crypto art space, because we are now all online and it's digital. So getting involved in this, and all this whole stuff started this year, 2021, in the lockdown. Bibo made his money, $6.9 million in the month of March, and it's just started. The NFTs, this is just the beginning. So it's going nowhere because the blockchain just started too, and blockchain is going nowhere. So I would say that if you've not discovered what to do with your life while the lockdown lasts, now I suggest you open your mind. 7th of August is around the corner. That's when we're going to launch. And here's the thing I would say ahead of time. I'm not insinuating that if you get into my platform or program that you're going to make millions. I've not made millions, no, but I've helped so many people restore their confidence. And I can assure you that the platform we're putting in place is going to make you smile, and it's going to help you pay your bills. So when I say help you pay your bills without heartbreaks, because that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been paying my bills in the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years anyway. Now bringing it online. I have to run now. Wow, it's getting cold. This is it's almost 6 a.m. I still have to go back to bed. Just have to do this now. And today is Wednesday, so see you back. I'll be back on Friday. Friday, same time, same place. I'll be back to give you a heads up on the launch happening 7th of August. As you already know, it's a philanthropic front. And like I said earlier on the live stream, we've helped so many fathers. We're still getting reports, fathers in different parts of the world, in Africa, South America, Asia, and here in Australia, people are, eking out their pains in the lockdown. We just want to help as many as we can so that they won't do anything crazy. You understand what I'm talking about right now? They won't take rash decisions anyway. And thank God that so far the reports I'm getting, people are beginning to realize there's more to life. As they say, when there is life, there is hope. So I will appeal to you that you just keep the faith, no matter how hard it is. The lockdown, yes, I know a lot of people are pissed. I saw the riots, the protests. Everybody wants freedom. Freedom is a part of life. But then the thing is, just hang on, hang in there. You don't have to lose. You don't have to get hysterical over the razzmatazz going on around. So it's a lovely time, a lovely day. God be with you. See you on Friday. Be blessed.